Hey y'all, come and sit on the back porch with me for a little while. It's been a minute since we did a back porch chat. Several of y'all had said that you were missing them. I've been missing them. I mentioned in a recent Q&A that I didn't move away from these purposefully. I had just had some extra vlog content that I was sharing, and so I'm going to try to be intentional about incorporating these back in. If you happen to be new, hi, welcome. I'm Tiffany. Our typical content around here is day in the life type content, what life looks like for our family living in a small town in Alabama. I would love for you to go check out some of our other videos, hang out with us for a little while, and maybe subscribe, stick around, be part of our family. These back porch chats are a little bit different, and they're my way of inviting you to come and sit on the back porch with me for a little while. Like a friend who's just stopped by, and I invite you to sit on the porch with me. I think the world would be a better place if we'd all just sit on the porch with a friend for a little while. These are very unedited, raw videos. Again, I want you to feel like you're just sitting here with me. So we may swat at flies. You may hear the chickens. The kids are right on the other side of this door. I can hear them playing. They may end up out here. We had some much needed rain, but it's got the flies stirred up. So that's what I said. We may swat at flies together and that'll be all right. Today, I wanted to share something with you that had been on my mind for the last couple of weeks. And honestly, something I've been working through and learning in my own life. And maybe you can take it and apply it to your life as well. As I prayed about what to sit here and share with you today, I really felt like, you know what, there's somebody else who needs to hear this. So let me share what's been on my mind. The thought is, don't let comparison be a thief in your life, because it will. It will steal your joy and your happiness. It'll steal your gratitude and your thankfulness. And it's so easy in the world that we live in when, right at our fingertips is everyone else's life, right? Social media, we can see what everybody's doing. And when I heard it put this way, it's probably the best way it could be put. What you see on social media is a highlight reel, most of the time, of people's life. People are sharing the new house and the new car and the land that they bought and the vacations they went on and the perfectly posed family pictures and matching outfits. That's what people are sharing. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but let us just remember that people are sharing the highlights. It's not that often that people are sharing about relationship struggles or financial struggles, discouragement and heartache and loss. I try to be very real in what I share here. But even with that, as a content creator and wanting to make sure that I'm being very real and honest in what I share and in what life looks like, and I'm just a person just like you. I'm human just like you. And even though we have different stories and our lives may look a little different, we're all human and we all have things that we can relate to each other on. We all have good times. We all have bad times. We all have times on the mountain and times in the valley. We all have moments of celebration and moments of sadness and tough times. Even in trying to be relatable and honest, there's still like a healthy boundary there and a line. I can say my kids fuss and fight sometimes. They have moments of frustration. My husband and I have disagreements sometimes. I'm not going to set the camera up and show that. I will tell you that those things happen in real life, but I'm not going to set the camera up and show that. So even in the case where somebody wants to be very real and honest, there's still that line there. Even when we sit down and we talk to friends, we're not seeing their whole life. And so it can be easy to get lost in comparison. It would be easy for me to see somebody showing a new vehicle and say, well, I wish I was driving around a new vehicle. I'm driving around a vehicle that's got 300,000 miles on it. But what that person may not be showing is the struggle to make the payment, or when the new car gets messy and they're just showing this nice, clean, shiny new car, right? There was a fly. Go ahead, swat at it with me. And the mindset shift that I have to have is, and is to be intentional about making this shift, is to say, I have a vehicle that gets us where we need to go. I don't owe any money to anybody on it. And my entire family can fit in it. You have to be intentional, though, about making that shift in your mindset. And so I wanted to encourage you in that today. When you see these highlights from someone else's life, don't get lost in the game of comparison. Make that intentional mindset shift to remember what you have to be grateful for and to be thankful for. Just, I guess, another little small example that I had on my mind this morning is it would be, so sometimes I sit down and I'll watch other moms and they have their hair fixed and their makeup on and what appears to be this clean house, and they're making this homemade meal for their family. And I was sitting there this morning, I was like, I'm going to curl my hair. I've not curled my hair in a long time. Y'all, don't let me sit here and fool you. Okay, this is about halfway curled, and my makeup's on real quick because I had a toddler who wanted to get up on the countertop, and I had a straightener and a curling wand and all these things. I didn't want him to get burned, and I was struggling to try to get myself ready, and I was like, I'm just going to do this real quick because I need to, tend to him, and I don't want him to get burned. And like, it'd be so easy for me to look at this mom and go, man, she's got it all together. But chances are they have those same struggles sometimes. And I also wanted to encourage you to, and this is one of the main thoughts that I want to leave with you. So hear me, my friends. When you see something and you're seeing this much of it, take a second and widen your view. When someone shares a picture of their home cooked meal, and that is wonderful, don't get me wrong, widen the view. See the dirty dishes in the sink and the countertops that need to be wiped off and the toys that the kids have strode around. When someone shares, talking about, I'm sitting here looking at my garden, and we all know gardening has been a struggle this year. Y'all talked to me about it. I've talked to y'all about it. But it would be so easy for me to look at someone's picture of their tomato plant that seems to be disease-free and has these beautifully ripe tomatoes still on the vine, and say, well, mine have some blight and the worms are starting to get after my tomatoes. And we've had a great tomato year, or I can't get my cucumbers to grow well, or I'm just now getting okra to grow. Widen the view. Widen the view. And remember that you're not seeing it all. We're all human. While our stories in our life may not always look exactly the same, they're all things that we can relate to each other on. Don't get so focused on what's in focus on a picture or in a video that you forget to widen your view and see the junk pile in the background. That's what was on my heart to share with you today. Don't let comparison be a thief in your life. Don't let it steal your joy. Don't let it steal your happiness, your gratitude, or your thankfulness. We all have a beautiful life and a beautiful story to tell. If you're watching this on Friday, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. But whatever day you're watching it on, I hope you have a wonderful day. I've got some exciting videos planned for this coming up week. I did a video last week where we went around my town, a town that's here close to us, and took you to a little restaurant and some shops and things, and y'all seem to really enjoy that. So I have a similar video planned for this coming up week. I also have a video planned that's just a regular old day in my life, what life is looking like for me right now. So I'm excited to share those with you. Be on the lookout for them. That's going to be all for this one, though. I will link the playlist for the back porch chats down in the description box in case you want to go watch some of those. Maybe you've missed some or haven't seen them all. I'll link that playlist down in the description box for you. I love you. I appreciate you, and I mean that with all of my heart. Don't forget that every time I turn this camera on, I'm not turning it on to talk to a screen. I'm turning it on to talk to you individually, each and every one of you on the other side of it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.